So let us see one example for NFA with epsilon. So we don't need much more examples on this generally. So we use this NFA with epsilon in rare cases. So construct an NFA with epsilon which accepts a language consisting the string of any number of A's followed by any number of B's followed by any number of C's. Exactly. So that's what I said. We don't have many examples here. In the previous video, whatever the example we have discussed, the same example here they are asking. Any number of A's, that means A star followed by any number of B's, B star followed by any number of C's. So star in the sense it is self-repetition, self-loop, right? So first state is Q naught. So any number of A's, then any number of B's, then any number of C's. So there is no restriction on A's, B's, C's here. For example, if I write A here, what happens? So I should take minimum of 1A here, but the question is not saying to take minimum 1A, any number of A's, that is your wish, you may not take A's also. So on that arrow mark I cannot keep A, so only the self repetition, that loop will exist. And for B's also, here I cannot write B or A or C. Why? Because if I write anything on that arrow mark, what happens? I should take it for minimum of one time, but I don't want to take anything here. Why? Because A is not mandatory, B is not mandatory, and C is also not mandatory. If it is not mandatory, at that case, what I need to do, just go for loop only. But I just want to move from Q0 to Q1 as well as from Q1 to Q2 also. How it is possible? Using epsilon, right? So you can go from Q0 to Q1 using epsilon, in the same way from Q1 to Q2 using again epsilon. So this is the solution for our question. Then for the same question, I'm just drawing the transition table here, Q naught. What are the inputs we have? A, B, C, and you should take one more input here, epsilon also. That is one more difference here. While drawing transition table for NFA with epsilon, along with the given input symbols, we need to take epsilon also. So what are the states we have? Q naught, Q1, Q2. So Q naught on here goes to Q naught itself. And for Q naught, we have only one, that is only A, and we have another input, that is epsilon. Q0 on epsilon, it is going to Q1. The same way Q1 on B goes to Q1 and Q1 on epsilon goes to Q2, and remaining all are pi's. Pi's month means there is nothing, there is no destination further, right? So now we need to check whether the given string is accepted or not, string acceptance. So along with drawing the diagram, drawing the transition table, you need to check any one or two strings for acceptance or rejectance. So here in the given question, any number of A's followed by any number of B's followed any number of C's. So for that, I'm just taking one example here. A, B, B, C. So 2 A's followed by 2 B's followed by 1 C. So any number of C's. So that is our wish. So now what is the initial state? I need to start accepting, I need to do this process from starting state, initial state. What is the initial state? We have Q naught here. So I should take this process from Q naught. So Q naught on A, Q naught on A goes to Q naught only. So whatever the remaining thing we have. So Q naught on A goes to again Q naught only. What is the remaining thing we have? A, B, B, C. Right? Now again Q naught on A, but so after removing that A, what we have here? Epsilon. We should consider epsilon here. See, this is important, when I should consider epsilon over there, when I should not consider that. Why? Because next you need to move from one state to another state, right? So whenever you want to move from one state to another state, then you need to consider that epsilon, right? So now Q naught on A, again it goes to Q naught only. What is leftover thing? We have BBC only, but along with this I'm just taking epsilon also. Why? Because I want to go from Q0 to Q1 using epsilon only, right? So now Q0 on epsilon goes to Q1, and what is the remaining thing we have? BBC. Now Q1 on B goes to Q1, and the remaining thing is BC. Again Q1 on B goes to Q1. The remaining thing is only C, but additional thing I'm taking it as a epsilon here. Why? Because I need to move from Q1 to Q2 here, right? So this is based on the diagram. So first you need to draw the diagram, then you need to go for the string acceptance. See, we may think like that when I need to assume that epsilon or when I should not assume that, right? So if you draw the diagram so that you can understand whether I need to assume epsilon here or not, right? And finally, Q1 on epsilon goes to Q2, and what is the leftover thing in the input string? C. So Q2 on C goes to Q2 only, then epsilon. The string is over, and now you have reached to final state also. What is the final state? Q2. So now you're starting the process from Q2, you're ending the process at final state, then the string is accepted by the given language. So that is about NFA with epsilon examples. So as I said, we don't have more examples on that. So if you want, you can practice some more. Thank you.